Okay, I am recording. So, Team Cup starts on, what is today? Starts on Tuesday. Did you guys have a chance to kind of do any brainstorming on how you want to approach for next week or for starting Tuesday or even now?
Well, I've been putting my invites out there for my next group because I thought maybe that was a good way to try to get some,
Yep.
get more people. Haven't had a lot of bites on that yet, but I also, I've been talking to a couple of people that are thinking about it, looking at it, so I followed up with a couple more of them. Other than that, I haven't done too much, so I'm open to ideas and suggestions.
Did either of you guys start a list of names to work from?
Well, I had trouble getting 30 last time, so getting 100, I don't know.
Did you go through your friends list? It can be anybody. It doesn't even have to be, I mean, it can just be anybody that you might want to connect with or that you might want to talk with. It doesn't even have to be about that, but it's about, building your relationships and you following them, kind of them following you. Because when we like people's stuff or when we message them, like they start showing up in our feed more, which means we start showing up in their feed more. So basically it's just about connecting with people and seeing where conversations take you. And I know we talked about that last time a little bit. What about, okay, so you're wanting to start a group on the 7th, right?
That's what I had in mind. I haven't posted any dates out because I wanted to see, I thought I like the smaller groups, and I think we're getting a lot of feedback from our people on Shift Shop in that same regard. So I think if we could, if some of the other coaches wanted to bring a few people into a group, it might be a good place to start, especially somebody who's never done a challenge group before.
Right. So in order to get some new people, if we want to do a prep week starting on the 7th, that's going to only give us a few days really that's going to give us 6 days to get, some new people. So would you guys be open to doing like prep week on the 14th?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Do you think that would be better? It gives you a little more time to get some connections and to get some conversations going. And we can still bring in the other gals from your group, Jessica, that you're doing that want to do it. We can still bring in, whoever wants to do it.
I think that gives us a little more time to invite some more people.
Yep.
Because, I was a little worried about, that's only 1 week till prep week, and I don't have anybody that I feel like is real close. So for me, I'm good with pushing that back to the prep week for the 14th.
Okay. I think that's a good idea because I think that'll just give us that a little bit more time to get stuff for the month going. So we can talk about that. We can talk about how we're going to schedule and do all the posting and stuff once that gets closer. But I think our main goal is right now is to start focusing on, our connections with people and making sure we're being present on our social media, making sure we're sharing, not oversharing, but sharing enough to where it's going to get people interested in what you're doing. Kayla, you had a post the other day. Someone wanted to know what program you were doing and you said you'd message them. That's great. You shared a little bit of information, but not enough to where they're like, oh, I can just go look that up and see what it's all about. So that's good. Those little teasers are really good.
Well, and that was like the hard part for me because I still messaged her and just told her what program I was doing, and that it was through Beachbody and it's only a 3-week program, so it really fits my lifestyle well, and that it's like the smaller time frame workouts.
Mm-hmm.
And she never said anything back, so I didn't push hard on it, just because I thought if she was interested more, she would have said something else back. Like, should I follow up with her, or I just don't want to be too pushy right off the bat. Like, that's my big thing.
So you're not being pushy. You're following up because, I do it too. We get to looking at our messages and we don't have time to respond to it. So then we forget to go back and respond to messages. If she's seen it, she knows it's there. She's more than likely probably waiting for a follow-up from you.
Okay.
Because maybe she's just unsure of herself, or maybe she's just not ready, or maybe she needs more information. You could approach it like, hey, just following up with you, just wanting to know if, and then wanting to know if you want a little bit more information about it. Yes, it's a ramp up program where we, if she says yes, then give her that little bit of information.
Okay.
But don't give her all the information at one time. Like, don't say, it's a ramp-up program. Week 1, we do 25-minute workouts. Week 2, we do 30-minute workouts. Week 4, we do 45-minute workouts, and we add some core in there. And then we eat more carbs, and our nutrition is pretty this and that. Don't do it all at once, because that's going to be like, whoa. That's going to be way overwhelming for somebody. Just say, I'd be happy to give you more information. I would love to chat with you more about it. And then always end it with a question. Like, do you feel like this is something you could fit into your lifestyle? Do you feel like you're ready to, get your nutrition back in check or whatever, those types of things.
Okay.
I think working from a list of names, go back through people who have commented or liked on your posts. Okay, that should be one of the
I was going to ask you more about that, because I know we talked about that the first meeting last time, and you have talked to me personally about just saying, like, hey, thanks for the support, and liking my journey so far, or showing appreciation for what I'm doing. But like, a lot of the same people are liking my videos every day, so I don't want to keep messaging them like the same thing. So do I just leave it for a while and then like do it later, or how should I go about when it's the same people?
You could actually go back and follow up with those same people. You don't have to say thanks for liking my whatever. Just be like, hey, I've noticed that you've been liking a lot of my my fitness posts, my nutrition posts. I'm just kind of wondering, is this something you might be interested in joining me in doing?
Okay.
To keep it very simple. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be in length, but just keep something like that very simple. And if they're like, oh, well, hey, right now is not a good time, and be like, oh, hey, that's no problem. And then just kind of keep following up with questions, what might be holding you back at this point? Is it time? Is it, you're too busy, or, just keep following up with them. Eventually they're going to say yes. And I'm going to, I don't know if you guys have seen these posted in our page before. These are the Go for No bubble trackers. How would you guys feel about doing a Go for No, getting 100 of these bubbles filled for the month of August as a team challenge as well?
Sure, let's do it.
You guys, so honestly, that's talking with 100 people every month, like this month. Or more than 100 people. When someone tells you no, you write their name down. And then guess what? All these people, you follow up with the next month. These people who told you no. And then next month, so you don't put them on next month's list. Next month is a whole new people of lists. But I think this would be kind of fun. I think a Go for No, that would get us talking to people. That would get people knowing what you're doing. That would get more people seeing your page and your posts, what you're doing. It'd get more people following you, and that's kind of what you want, is the following.
I don't even think I know that many people.
I think
I was thinking the same thing, Jessica.
so. Okay. Are you guys so people that you're friends with? Have you gone through their friends list and friended people who you have like 10 to 15 people in common of friends?
No, I'm too nervous to do that, I guess. Like, it's kind of, I don't know.
All you gotta do is hit add friend, and if they add and if they add you, right?
I think the thing that I'm not doing a good job of, and Michelle, you and I touched on it just in a talk about, I haven't been posting much of I'm not sure where to go, how to post my workouts or my nutrition. What should I be posting there? I mean, Kayla, what did you post that people were liking on? Was it a video of your workout? Was it
Yeah, so far every day I've been doing like a short, usually it's not even a minute long. Some days it just gets over that, just depending on what workouts I'm doing a recording of. But I just do different moves every day. I try not to do the same one on the same workouts, just so they get a feel of the different ones. And then I just post about something like that I was even struggling with the day before, or like this week I'm going to try to focus on that working out is like a stress reliever for school and my busy lifestyle that I still have, but I still get up in the morning to do it. I mean, I'm just kind of being myself, I guess, and adding the workout videos with it.
I need to do that. I haven't posted a workout video on my page yet because A, I suck at recording them, and B, that's a hurdle I have to get over.
I was that same way. It's very hard for me to even like, Michelle knows, when I post my before and after pictures of my first full month of doing this again, that was so hard for me. It took me days to finally push post, but once you get over that hurdle, it's fine. And like, there's always going to be people that are going to criticize it, that I've just come to realize and be okay with. Like, we can't make everyone happy, so if they don't like it, then they don't have to be our friend.
You know,
I have not posted my before and after picture. I'm not
and that's okay, and you don't have to, but your before and after photos or posts don't necessarily have to be photos of when you first started to where you are now. They can be, so a before would be how you were feeling, how your nutrition wasn't the greatest, how you were tired all the time. That was me. I was tired all the time. How you work long hours and you come home, you just want to go to bed. How you never took time for yourself. And fast forward to now. Now is you're making that 20 to 30 minutes for yourself every day. You're making sure that you have your meals prepped and planned out for the week so that you can stay on track. You have more energy to go do things. You don't feel like coming home and going to bed. You feel like coming home and being present with your family. Those types of things kind of get people a little bit more too, depending, it depends on the type of people that you're trying to reach too. So, I mean, those are good posts. Like Sunday nights are really good for like progress, like, or not Sunday nights, but Tuesdays and Thursdays are really good for like progress or throwbacks, like throwback to when I was so tired to now when I'm not so tired and I'm doing more, those types of things. Sunday nights are really good for posting about what this business has done for you, or even just being present with more like-minded people who are on the same journey, who get you, who get where you're coming from. Monday is motivation. Tuesdays is usually Transformation Tuesday. Wednesdays you can do Wacky Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday, Wishful Wednesday, and there's so many different things. Thursdays usually throwback, Fridays flex. Saturday is just kind of whatever. If you're taking a rest day, you're taking a rest day or doing whatnot. But those are just some things too to maybe, I don't know, put with your posts. So my motivation for today is whatever, you know, you can post a picture of yourself and, hey, my what agility markers, this, and then show one. Take a picture of you showing one and say, this is my motivation that gets me through 35 minutes, or this is my motivation that gets me through every day because I know I'm bettering myself. And you can hashtag it Motivation Monday if you want. You can hashtag them whatever. So those are just kind of some things too for along your posts. Kind of make them fun. You can make them fun. You can make them serious. You can make them whatever you want. Like, what was it though? The one day I said something about, I put on my post and I said, if you don't like it, you know where the unfollow button is. I just fancy, you know, because some people are like, oh my God, there she goes again. Well, I'm like, well, you know what? If you don't like it, you know where to click unfollow, or you know where to click unfriend, which a lot of them probably have either unfriended me or unfollowed me already. So it's just your personal preference. But make sure you're following up with people. And like, you know, if it's the same people, just be like, hey, is this something you're interested in? You know, I see you liking a lot of my posts. Or if it's new people, hey, thanks for the love. Thanks for showing me some support in my journey. It does take a lot, you know, it takes a lot for me to put myself out there, but knowing if I can help anybody, that makes me feel better. You know, is this something you're thinking about or have in mind, or, you know, kind of something along those lines. I should find some scripts that I've kind of gone off of. I should find some, and I'll have to look for those. Scripts, BAT, but I think if we do like a go for no challenge, I think that would be kind of fun too.
I'll try it.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I mean, what's the worst someone's going to do is tell you no. I mean, no, not right now.
Most of the time they just don't tell me any, like, I'll follow up and then we'll have some back and forth and then boom, nothing. And then some people tell me when they are no's, it's usually the financial reason that they've said no.
Okay. And so when they do financial stuff, are you kind of breaking it down for them a little bit?
I took like what you said to me, because I know I kind of pushed back on the financial part too. So I look back to kind of what our conversation was, and I'm like, it's this much per day. It's cheaper than a gym membership. You know, I try to point all that out, but it's hard to push the financial piece on somebody if they can't afford it, you know.
Well, and if they really are just like, I can't afford it. Be like, okay, that's great. I completely understand where you're coming from. I don't want you hurting in any way, shape, or form financially. May I follow up with you next month? You know, or how would you mind if I followed up with you next month? Maybe it'll be a better time next month. And then when you make those follow-ups, just be like, hey, so-and-so, just following up with you. I know when we spoke last month, you know, financially you weren't able to join me. What are you thinking now? Does this month look better for you? Those type, and you can just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And even if they say, gosh, you know, this month, not even be like, okay, well, how about I follow up with you in a couple months? Maybe you could, you know, save up, or if this is something you really want to do, just can't afford it right now. Maybe in a couple months after, you know, if you save up some money or whatnot, I can follow back up with you in a month or two. And then put them on a follow-up list. So that way they don't get forgotten too. So what else?
I have a question, and it's not necessarily to Team Cup, but so I was thinking about this. So I already get my Shakeology on Home Direct or whatever. So I'm getting my personal points because I have that. I'm thinking about doing the performance program on Home Direct too.
Okay.
If I would sign my husband up as a customer, that would give me Success Club points, right?
Well, here's
Or not?
it would. But here's what you're going to want to do. So wait till August, because then you can sign him up as a discount coach and get it for a discount.
Yeah, right. Okay, right. And
See?
so then will I get Success Club points for that?
Yes. Yes, you will. Anytime you sign up a coach who hasn't purchased a pack from you, you still get Success Club points and their commission. But the only time after they have signed up as a coach, you will no longer get any monthly commission after the initial one.
Okay.
But you're still getting the volume points on that weak leg.
Yeah, I haven't signed up any coaches yet, but I was thinking because I want for myself, I think I need one to get the performance line, and I was thinking that's a way for me to get some Success Club points. And my second question is, and Kayla, I'm sorry if you already know the answers to these, but
Oh, no, you're fine, because I was wondering about the same thing, too, because I really started liking Energize, so.
So did I. I bought the 10 sample pack, and now I'm
Yes,
out.
me too.
And my second question was, so now if I have a customer that is not a coach, they're a customer, they bought the Beachbody On Demand and getting their Shakeology Home Direct, after the initial month, do you earn any Success Club points after that, or is it just that initial enrollment that earns Success Club?
It's just the initial enrollment. And even if they did sign up as a coach to get it discounted, there would be no Success Club points because you've already earned Success Club points from that person.
Off that person. Okay, that's what I thought. So it's got to be on new people.
Yeah, it's got to be new people, but you would still get that. You would still get that person getting her discount too, and then all she would have to do is fill out the $40 reimbursement page or paper, which takes like 2 seconds.
Right.
So no, you only get the Success Club points from one person, but she would be getting hers at a discounted price if that's what she wanted to do.
And to get SC5, we have to basically sign 3 people.
Yep, 3 customers.
3 new customers.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It sounds so easy.
So it does, but you got to think positive about it. Be like, I can do this. This is easy. There's nothing to, just start thinking positive about it. And I think I should say we, because I even have issues too with thinking that something's hard. It's going to be hard. If we're like, this is no problem. I can do this. I can help 3 people this month. Why can't I? Why can't I pay it forward? Just like somebody paid it forward to me, And once you start thinking more positive about it, stuff really starts to happen once you start thinking more positive instead of always having that negative thought like, I can't do this. This is hard. You're like, no, I can do this. It takes time, but I can do this, and I'm going to do this, and these people deserve my help. Right? So
yeah.
I think that's where I've gotten into trouble the last couple of days, because when people comment onto my videos or like them, I just get so excited. And then when my best friend messaged me that she wanted more information, I was just so excited that I think I rambled on too much. And so I don't know, I talked to her this weekend and she still seems interested, but I don't want to do that to everybody.
But questions are good. Start out with the initial of figuring out kind of what they want, what they need, what their goals are. Is it to lose some weight? Is to get the nutrition back on check? Is it just to tone up? And from there, then you can kind of lead your conversations to where they need to go. Well, and if they like what you're doing, then you tell them a little bit more about it. Or what you can do is send them the video. There's always videos linked to all the programs that you can send them, and they can preview the video to see if that's something they want to do. If not, be like, okay, well, what are you thinking? Are you thinking weights? Are you thinking more cardio? Are you thinking dance? Are you thinking, yoga, Pilates, that type of stuff? kind of figure out.
I think that's what I've been doing more is like when people ask, like when she asked what shift shop was, rather than, because I'm bad at trying to explain those types of things, because for each person it's different. And so I usually just try to send them like a link to watch like a 3-minute video or tutorial on it.
Yeah, like the YouTube video or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's good too, because that helps them to see. It gives them a better perspective of what it is than you sitting there trying to explain it, you know?
So I have a question. There was a video that Chris Downing put into the champion page. Are we able to, is it okay to share those on our own pages? Or I wasn't sure, but and that was like a couple days ago, but it was just such a great motivational one for like, it was like he was recording on his red eye flight or something.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, can I share that onto my own page and just add a comment like, this is the motivation that you get from these programs or something like that? I mean, are we able to do that? Or
I think so, as long as there's a share button. Otherwise, I believe, let me look, but I believe he's uploading that type of stuff to his YouTube page.
There was a share button on it, and it actually said like so many thousands of shares, but I just got nervous because I didn't know if that was something that I should be sharing out like as a post or not.
Oh, definitely. Definitely go ahead and share them. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to think. Katie put a link in there that has like the daily motivation posts from him. I'd have to find it. I think it's in, I think she made a file in the Facebook.
And I think it was one of those posts that he did, and they actually had it on the champion page. I'd have to go back and look it up again, but it was just such a great, I don't know, for me it really was great. And it was like, you know, you got this. This is more than just the scale. And it was just.
Yes. So another thing too. So in the challenge groups, you know how people post like, I just did like 5 more regular push-ups on my toes than I did 2 days ago. Or I lost 6 pounds this first week, all because I focused on my nutrition or in my fitness. If you can take those and use them, as long as you crop their names out of them and just make a collage of them. Just be like, this is what happens in these groups, and look at these results. They might not be they might not seem like big results to you, but to these people, these are the results they are getting because of hard work and dedication to their fitness, to their nutrition, and to the accountability of other women. Like, you can take those posts, crop their names out, color out their face or whatever. But, I know Katie did one last week too on her page that said something about these are the types of results that these challengers are getting in our accountability group. And then she shared a couple different ones. So you can do that too. You don't necessarily, unless you're posting their face and their name, I don't necessarily ask them. Unless you're going to use their name and all that type of stuff, then I would ask them. But if not, crop out their name, crop out their photo, and use those.
Because I added that on my invitation from one of my people in my group about, she had said to me, I was going to quit, but thank you. And she had posted it in the group. And so I added that to my invitation post. And I'll probably share that again, because we're a couple weeks out. So I'll probably share that again, because for me, I'm like, I only have 2 people in my group, and I'm like, but I'm showing up there every day, and I'm trying to encourage them, and it's worth it. I mean, that made it worth it. So
it is worth it. And I am following in your group, and I might not be commenting on everything, but I see what you're posting, and I see what your challengers are posting. And because you're showing up, they're showing up. So in a training that I did, it said it doesn't matter if you have 1 person in your challenge group or if you have 100 people in your challenge group, you still show up for that person every single day. If you have 1 person, you run a challenge group. Now, granted, It's no fun running them by yourself. So then that's when you're like, hey, I have this person. Can I team up with you? Absolutely. But I think if we ran one like with the 5 of us this month, just to kind of see, just to kind of get this feel and this momentum and the posting and everything like that, I think it would be good for all of us to get that and to get it out of the way and, you know, get those bugs and stuff worked out. And so, I mean, I think that would be good to do that.
I've had a lot of fun doing the group, to be honest with you. Even with just 2 people, I think it would be nice to have a few more. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think it'll be fun for us to do one with the 5 of us. You know, if we can each get 1 to 2 people, I'll probably roll these 2 people in. I think they'll be interested in rolling into a new group. And then I'd like to add maybe 1 or 2 more. I'd like to add 3 more people, but Absolutely. If I can get 1 or 2 more to come in for the group, then I think having just a few more people will make it even more rewarding to everybody that's in it. So
yeah, and it's kind of more to bounce things off of other people in the group.
Yep.
One thing I am going to say, if anybody wants to do shift shop, I believe that we're going to do a second. We're not going to add it onto the group that's going now. We're going to do a different shift shop to start from the very beginning, since the nutrition is key in this. And we don't want people missing out on anything. So if they do want to do shift shop, we can plug them into that specific shift shop, like making the shift part 2, or, you know, like whatever group name we come up with. That way they get the full effect of, like, with the nutrition, with adding the performance line or the Shakeology, with the daily motivation from Chris and that type of stuff. Other than that, we'll plug everybody else into to this group. Does that sound like a plan?
I think that's what I have. Yeah, I think that sounds good to me.
Okay.
Is that August 14th too? I'm trying to remember from the call that she said.
Yes, I believe so. I believe that's August 14th as well. So rightfully, you might have 2 groups going at the same time, but if you have a challenger in the shift shop group, make sure you're checking with that challenger, obviously, and kind of checking into the group a little bit, depending on how many coaches we're going to have in there. I mean, we can split up posting, or we can focus on, like, I'm sure I'll help post in there, but we can focus on our smaller group and kind of, you know, so that way we can kind of stay on track with that one too, and helping those as well.
Because even now I'm posting in both groups, so having because I'm more, I feel like I'm more of a participant in the shift shop, and then I'm running my own group. So it hasn't been too bad. A lot of times I'm able to take something from one group and put it right into the other one. So
yeah. And are you being a participant in your own as well?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Good. Yep. And that's what we want, that's what we want. Okay, so this is going to shut me off in at like 4 minutes. So go for no bubble tracker. I'll try to get a copy posted in there. Business activity tracker, I'm going to post it in our little thread that we have. And then there was one thing else I was going to post, wasn't there? Or were those the only 2 things? I was going to look for some scripts that I use. I'll have to find them. I can't remember where I had them at. But I will post those 2 in there so that we can get them printed off and get started. And you can even get started on them now because you are using it for August. I would go ahead, put them right on August's bubble tracker. And the plan is to get all 100 of these filled. Which I was talking to a lot of people, but it's doable. It's doable. So anything else you guys think would be good to do for Team Cup? I mean, we'll have another call. We'll have to figure that out, but you know, we can keep brainstorming on ideas that we want to do.
I'm new, so I don't really know. I don't know what other ideas to come with right now.
Okay. Anything fun we want our child. I mean, it can be anything. something fun we want our challengers to do, anything like that. So, and we can just post them in the thread too. I'm going to actually put this recording up in our thread so that Taryn and Raquel can see it. But I'm going to stop recording here quick.